Good morning, everyone. Let me start with a simple idea. Your body is a machine, but not just any machine. It's the most advanced machine on Earth. And like every machine, it runs on fuel. The quality of that fuel determines whether you run efficiently or whether you break down. When most people think about food, they think about taste, cravings, or how many calories are in a meal. But the truth is, your body doesn't really see food in terms of calories the way you do. It sees food as raw material, as building blocks, and most importantly, as fuel. And just like a car can't run properly on low quality fuel, your body can't operate at its peak on the wrong inputs. Imagine walking up to a gas station and seeing two options, one pump with premium, clean fuel, and another with contaminated fuel mixed with dirt and water. No one in their right mind would fill their car with the contaminated option, but millions of people do exactly that every single day when they choose processed foods, refined sugar, and artificial ingredients over real, nutrient dense food. Calories are simply a measure of energy, but they don't tell you anything about the quality of what you're putting into your body. Two meals may have the exact same number of calories, but one could leave you tired, inflamed, and craving more, while the other could energize you, stabilize your mood, and give your cells exactly what they need to thrive. Why? Because food is more than numbers, it's information. Every bite you take sends a message to your body. It tells your hormones how to respond, it tells your metabolism whether to store or burn fat, and it tells your brain whether you should feel alert or sluggish. When you focus only on calories, you miss the bigger picture. A soda may have the same calories as a handful of nuts, but the effects on your body are completely different. The soda spikes your blood sugar, forces your pancreas to pump out insulin, and sets you up for a crash. The nuts, on the other hand, give you healthy fats, minerals, and sustained energy. One tells your body to store fat and prepare for another crash. The other tells your body to repair, restore, and fuel you for hours. That's why the key is to stop asking how many calories are in this and start asking what message is this food sending to my body. Think of your body like an advanced engine. If you put in low quality, cheap fuel, you might get down the road, but the engine will start to knock, parts will wear out faster, and you'll be in the repair shop sooner than later. But when you consistently use high quality fuel, the engine runs smoother, lasts longer, and performs better. That's exactly what happens with your body. When you give it vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and healthy fats, your cells work like they're supposed to. Your hormones stay balanced, your energy stays consistent, and your immune system operates like a strong defense team. Another way to look at it is to imagine food as currency. Every bite you take is like a deposit into your health bank account. Junk food is like counterfeit money. It might look like real value at first. It might even give you a temporary high, but over time it leaves you bankrupt. Nutrient-rich food is like solid gold, real value that compounds over time. The more you invest in it, the stronger your health portfolio becomes. So, fueling your body isn't about eating less. It's about eating smarter. It's about trading empty, low quality calories for nutrient-dense foods that deliver a return on investment. Leafy greens provide magnesium and potassium that calm your nerves and support your heart. Healthy fats like avocado and olive oil provide building blocks for your brain and hormones. Protein gives you the amino acids that repair and build muscle. Every choice is either building your body up or breaking it down. And the best part is, once you begin to shift your mindset and see food as fuel, your cravings start to change. Your body starts to ask for what it truly needs, not what gives it the fastest high. That's when you begin to notice the difference, sharper thinking, fewer energy crashes, better sleep, and a deeper sense of control over your health. Because at the end of the day, it's not about eating less. It's about upgrading the fuel that powers everything you do. Most people underestimate the impact of what they call junk food. They think of it as a little treat here and there, something harmless or something they can burn off later at the gym. But the truth is that junk food doesn't just add empty calories, it changes how your body runs at the deepest level. When you fill your body with refined carbs, sugar, and processed snacks, you're not only giving it a poor quality fuel, you're also creating chemical signals that disrupt hormones, block fat burning, and create a cycle of craving that is very hard to escape. Imagine for a moment that you own a Ferrari, a high-performance machine built for precision. Would you ever consider pouring soda into the gas tank? Of course not. You know it would clog the system, damage the engine, and destroy the very machine you spent so much to maintain. And yet, when you pour soda, candy, pastries, or processed snacks into your body, that's exactly what you're doing. Your body is the Ferrari, but most people are fueling it with garbage. Junk food is usually high in sugar and refined starches, which flood your bloodstream with glucose. Your pancreas is forced to release insulin to deal with this surge. And when insulin spikes, fat burning is switched off. Instead of tapping into your stored energy, your body gets locked into a fat storing mode. Over time, those repeated spikes create insulin resistance, which is the doorway to fatigue, weight gain, and even metabolic diseases. But the effects don't stop there. That surge and crash cycle keeps you trapped in cravings. You eat something sweet, your blood sugar jumps, insulin clears it out, your blood sugar drops, and then your brain screams for more. It's not a lack of willpower, it's chemistry. Junk food literally hijacks your body's fuel system, making you crave the very foods that are harming you. And let's not forget about the other additives that come with junk food. Preservatives, artificial flavors, and cheap oils like hydrogenated vegetable oils act like sludge in the engine. They create inflammation in your cells, stress your liver, and weaken your ability to recover. That's why so many people who live on processed food tired, bloated, and mentally foggy, even if they're eating the right number of calories. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. If your body is running on contaminated fuel, the whole system suffers. Think about it this way. Your body was designed over thousands of years to run on natural whole foods, things that grow, things you can hunt or gather, foods that are close to their original form. That's premium fuel. Modern processed food, on the other hand, is a very recent invention. Your body doesn't know what to do with it. It treats it as a toxin, and the result is inflammation, stored fat, and low energy, just as pouring the wrong fluid into an engine causes it to sputter, clog, and eventually fail. Junk food causes your body to sputter with mood swings, clog with fat storage, and fail with chronic health problems. When you cut the junk fuel, you free your body to function the way it's supposed to. You give insulin a break, you stop the constant cycle of cravings, and you allow your metabolism to reset. Suddenly, your energy is steady, your mind is clear, and your body begins to use fat as its natural fuel source. The difference is night and day. Cutting the junk isn't about deprivation. It's about restoration. It's about giving your body a chance to show you what it feels like to truly operate at full capacity without being weighed down by garbage fuel pretending to be food. When you think about fueling your body for energy and long-term health, it's important to recognize that not all foods are created equal. The human body thrives on what can be called high-octane fuel, foods that provide not just energy, but also the building blocks your cells need to function at their best. This is what separates real nutrient-dense food from processed, empty calories. When you eat foods like leafy greens, healthy fats, and high-quality proteins, you're supplying your body with premium-grade fuel, the kind that allows you to run smoothly, stay energized, and repair efficiently. Just as a performance car operates better on premium fuel, your body performs better on nutrient-rich foods. Leafy greens are a perfect example. They are low in calories, but incredibly rich in vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients, magnesium, potassium, folate, and vitamin C. These are just a few of the nutrients packed into greens like spinach, kale, or arugula. They support muscle function, stabilize blood pressure, and feed your cells with what they need for everyday processes. Many people think energy comes only from carbs or caffeine, but the truth is, energy at the cellular level depends on micronutrients, not stimulants. Without minerals and vitamins, your cells can't efficiently produce energy molecules. That's why people who eat more nutrient-dense foods often describe a steady, clean energy compared to the ups and downs of a sugar-filled diet. Healthy fats are another cornerstone of high-octane fuel. For decades, fat was demonized, but science has revealed that fats like avocado, olive oil, coconut oil, nuts, and seeds are not only safe, they're essential. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and it depends on omega-3s and other healthy fats to function well. Fats also serve as a long-burning fuel source. Unlike sugar, which spikes and crashes, fats provide a slow, steady release of energy that keeps you focused and satisfied for hours. That's why people on low-carb, high-fat diets often report mental clarity and freedom from cravings. Fat stabilizes your hormones, cushions your cells, and even supports fat burning when paired with reduced carb intake. Quality protein is the third pillar of high-octane fuel. Protein gives your body amino acids, the building blocks for muscle, enzymes, and even hormones. Without adequate protein, your body can't repair tissue, can't build lean muscle, and can't maintain a healthy metabolism. But it's not just about eating more protein, it's about eating better protein. Grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, organic eggs, and even plant sources like hemp or legumes provide cleaner, more nutrient-rich options than highly processed protein bars or fast food burgers. Protein works hand in hand with healthy fats to keep your body in balance, prevent muscle loss, and promote satiety so you don't constantly think about food. When you combine these three sources, greens for micronutrients, fats for steady energy, and proteins for repair, you create a foundation for health that no supplement or quick fix can replace. This combination provides stable blood sugar, efficient fat burning, and reduced inflammation. Your cells literally communicate better, your brain functions more clearly, and your immune system becomes stronger. The difference is noticeable: less afternoon fatigue, fewer cravings, improved focus, and a body that feels lighter and more responsive. The shift to high octane fuel is not about perfection or strict rules. It's about making better choices consistently, choosing an avocado instead of chips, opting for a salad with olive oil instead of fries, or picking a piece of salmon instead of processed meat may seem small, but those decisions compound over time. Each one builds momentum toward a healthier body. Your body is designed to thrive when it gets nutrient rich foods. When you give it that chance, it rewards you with energy, clarity, and resilience that simply cannot be matched by junk or empty calories. Choosing high octane fuel is choosing to let your body perform at its highest potential every single day. Most people believe that health is simply about what you eat, but the timing of your meals is just as important as the content. The modern habit of eating from the moment you wake up until late at night has created a constant flow of food into the body. Snacks, breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night treats. It keeps the digestive system and insulin levels working overtime. What many don't realize is that the body is not designed to be in a perpetual state of feeding. When you eat too often, insulin remains elevated, and as long as insulin is up, fat burning is turned off. Your body stays locked in storage mode, and the opportunity for repair, healing, and natural energy balance is lost. Every time you eat, you're not just fueling your body, you're also giving instructions to your hormones. Insulin, the storage hormone, is triggered even with small snacks. The constant grazing that is so common today, chips at work, a sweet coffee in the afternoon, or fruit late at night, creates a cycle where your body is always focused on dealing with incoming food rather than repairing itself. This is why many people find themselves gaining weight despite eating healthy foods, or why they feel tired despite eating regularly. It's not necessarily the food itself, it's the timing. When you allow space between meals, something powerful happens. Insulin levels drop, and your body finally gets permission to switch into fat burning mode. At the same time, processes like autophagy, your body's natural cleanup and repair system, are activated. Old damaged cells are recycled, inflammation goes down, and the body begins to restore itself on a cellular level. This is the hidden benefit of not eating all the time. Intermittent fasting, or simply eating less frequently, is not about starving yourself. It's about giving your body the time it needs to run its maintenance programs. Think about it like this. If you had a factory that ran nonstop without ever shutting down for cleaning or repairs, eventually the machines would get clogged, the floors would be messy, and the entire system would start to break down. But if you scheduled regular downtime, the factory would not only run longer, but also run more efficiently. Your body works the same way. Constant eating keeps it busy processing food, while structured breaks between meals allow it to reset and operate at peak performance. The beauty of adjusting meal timing is that it doesn't require complicated rules. It starts with something simple: stop snacking. Eat a meal, allow several hours before the next, and notice how your energy begins to stabilize. As you build tolerance, you can extend the fasting window, skipping breakfast or delaying your first meal, allowing your body to tap into stored fat. This shift often surprises people because instead of feeling deprived, they feel lighter, more energized, and more in control of their appetite. Hunger becomes less frequent and less intense because the body is finally able to use its own reserves rather than demanding constant refueling. Another benefit of meal timing is the impact on mental clarity. When insulin is stable and your body isn't flooded with sugar highs and lows, your brain operates on a steady supply of energy. Many people report that their focus sharpens and their mood improves when they stop eating around the clock. Sleep also gets better, since late night eating can disrupt hormones like melatonin and cortisol. In short, meal timing doesn't just affect weight, it influences energy, focus, mood, and long-term resilience. By respecting the natural rhythms of your body and giving it breaks from food, you align with how it was designed to function. It's not about restriction, it's about restoration. Timing your meals intelligently allows you to access deeper energy, unlock fat burning, and give your cells the chance to repair. It's one of the simplest but most powerful ways to elevate your health without adding more to your diet, because sometimes less really is more. When most people think about energy, they immediately turn to quick fixes like coffee, energy drinks, or sugary snacks. These stimulants create the illusion of energy, but what they really do is push your body into overdrive temporarily before leaving you even more drained than before. True energy doesn't come from external stimulants. It comes from the inside, from the way your cells are fueled and how efficiently your body is able to produce and use energy. When your cells are healthy and running on the right fuel, you don't need a caffeine jolt to get going in the morning or a sugar boost to make it through the afternoon. Your energy is steady, clean, and sustainable. The reason stimulants feel like they work is because they trigger stress hormones. Caffeine, for example, activates adrenaline, which makes you feel alert and awake. Sugar, on the other hand, spikes blood glucose, giving you a temporary surge of energy. But these are short lived effects. After the spike comes the crash. That crash is your body paying the price for the temporary illusion of energy. Over time, the reliance on these quick fixes actually weakens your natural energy systems. The adrenal glands become overworked, blood sugar regulation gets out of balance, and instead of having deep reserves of energy, you're stuck in a constant cycle of highs and lows. Real energy is different. It doesn't feel jittery and it doesn't swing up and down. It's more like a steady current that carries you throughout the day without effort. This kind of energy comes from clean fuel, nutrient rich foods, healthy fats, high quality proteins, and from giving your body the chance to rest between meals so that it can tap into stored energy. When you reduce sugar and refined carbs, your insulin levels drop and your body begins burning fat for fuel. Fat is a much more efficient energy source than sugar. It provides long lasting energy without the crash. That's why people who switch to burning fat often describe a new level of stamina, mental clarity, and emotional balance. Another key to sustainable energy is the health of your mitochondria. These tiny power plants inside your cells take the food you eat and convert it into usable energy. But mitochondria need certain nutrients to function properly: magnesium, B vitamins, and CoQ10, to name a few. Junk food and processed diets starve your mitochondria, leaving them sluggish, while nutrient-dense diets feed them exactly what they need to thrive. When your mitochondria are healthy, your energy is no longer dependent on quick fixes because your cells are producing energy the way they're supposed to. It's also important to understand the role of rest and recovery in real energy. If you're constantly eating, constantly stressed, and constantly overstimulated, your body never gets the chance to recharge. Fasting windows, quality sleep, and stress management allow your body to reset, repair, and restore its energy systems. This is why people who start practicing intermittent fasting or who improve their sleep often notice a huge increase in natural energy without changing anything else. The body is designed to create energy on its own, it just needs the right environment to do so. The misconception that energy has to come from a cup of coffee or a candy bar is one of the main reasons so many people feel drained despite eating frequently and drinking caffeine daily. When you shift your perspective and realize that true energy comes from within, you begin to make different choices. You focus on nutrient-rich foods, healthy fats, and quality proteins. You respect your body's need for rest and repair, and you trust that when your cells are supported, they will produce all the energy you need to live your life fully. The result is not only physical stamina, but also mental clarity, emotional stability, and a sense of vitality that no stimulant can ever match. When people think about improving their lives, they often look outward. They set goals for their careers, their relationships, or their finances. They chase after achievements, believing that success in these areas will automatically make them feel fulfilled. But the truth is, none of those things matter if your body isn't functioning well. Without health, success feels empty. Without energy, goals feel overwhelming. Without vitality, even joy feels muted. Elevating your life starts with elevating your health because your body is the foundation for everything you want to accomplish. When you fuel your body correctly, you unlock a version of yourself that operates on a higher level. Energy is no longer something you chase with coffee or sugar. It's a natural state. That steady energy makes you more productive, more focused, and more present. Imagine going through your day without the mid-afternoon crash, without brain fog, without constantly thinking about your next snack. Instead, you feel light, sharp, and in control. That shift alone can transform the way you work, the way you interact with people, and the way you show up in the world. Health is not just about avoiding disease. It's about creating the conditions for your best self to emerge. When your body is weighed down by poor fuel, constant cravings, and unstable blood sugar, you're operating at a fraction of your potential. You might push yourself through willpower, but it feels like a struggle. On the other hand, when your body is fueled by nutrient-dense foods, when you give it time to rest and repair, when you allow it to burn fat as its natural energy source, life stops feeling like an uphill battle. You're no longer dragging yourself forward. You're being carried by momentum. Think about how this spills over into every area of life. In your career, greater mental clarity means better decisions and higher performance. In your relationship, stable energy and mood mean more patience, presence, and connection. In your personal growth, having physical vitality gives you the discipline and stamina to pursue goals you may have thought were out of reach. Something as simple as fueling your body properly becomes the key that unlocks doors in areas you never connected to health before. The beauty of this principle is that it doesn't require perfection. You don't have to live in the gym or follow a strict, joyless diet. You simply need to make consistent choices that give your body the right fuel. Cut out the junk that clogs the system, add in the nutrient-rich foods that act as premium fuel. Respect the timing of your meals so your body can burn fat and repair itself. Each of these small shifts adds up, creating a compounding effect. Over time, the difference in how you feel and how you function is undeniable. And once you experience that difference, you realize that elevating your health isn't a chore, it's a privilege. It's not about restriction, it's about liberation. You're not giving things up, you're gaining freedom. Freedom from cravings, from fatigue, from the mental fog that holds so many people back. That freedom gives you the ability to live life on your own terms with the energy and clarity to pursue what matters most to you. When your health is strong, you are strong. When your energy is high, your life feels lighter. When your body is functioning as it should, every part of your life gets elevated. That is why fueling your body is not just a health choice, it is a life choice. It's the foundation for creating the life you truly want to live.